Hi folks, this is E.T. Prepper. I'm going to read to you a note. It was from a guy that predicted that there would be trouble before 9/11, and it happened, and here we are again. Let me read this to you. It's from Rick Wiles. It's called "The Alarms Are Ringing Everywhere I Go." It's some prophetic reading, and I'm just going to read it to you as I see fit, or as I see it. And I'm sorry if this is a little bit impromptu, but from what I understand, a friend of mine called me a couple hours ago when we were in the car, and we have 2 weeks possibly to get ready before the a huge emergency happens. So come here, come on, sit. There we go. All right, sorry, getting a little distracted, walking the dog, doing everything all at the same time. Anyway, it really isn't a laughing matter. I certainly hope you are prepared or getting prepared. My huge concern is so many people are not prepared, not even in the least bit. And they talk and they look at this stuff for fear porn. It is not fear porn. This is, I am what you would call a watchman. I raise concerns. I don't know, I'm not a prophet, but something that seems plausible, I will repeat, and I'm repeating this. So my friend John Shorey called, and he's concerned that we only have 2 weeks until possibly an earthquake or a large financial issue happens. In the skies, God gives warnings in the skies, like I just talked about the eclipse. Well, September 23rd, it's popping up all over the internet, and Virgo is about to give birth. It hasn't happened in about 6,000 years. Planet Jupiter has been running around in her womb for about 9 months, and it will be coming out. I think it was September 9th, and then I forget all these dates. But the point is, he had called with urgency in his voice that we've got 2 weeks, or we may have 2 weeks. Lord willing, we have more than that. As you know, I just moved, and I'm not even settled in yet. So my goal is to have the place settled in, and aquaponics up and running, and all sorts of stuff ready to help people that would be in need. Let me read this to you. It is from Rick Wiles. It's called "The Alarms Are Ringing Everywhere I Go." On last Friday's broadcast of True News, on August 11th, 2017, host Rick Wiles shared an amazing warning about a major event happening soon in the United States. His testimony began in 1998, a few weeks after publishing a new book called Judgment Day 2000. He attended a prophetic conference where he didn't know anybody. To his surprise, a speaker at the event had already read his book and recognized him as the author. So they asked him to stand up and introduced him to the audience. Published 3 years prior to the terrorist attacks on 9/11, 2001, the front cover of Rick's book showed a photo of a lightning bolt striking the Twin Towers in New York City. When Rick sat down, a woman sitting behind him tapped him on the shoulder and asked him to speak to him after the meeting. Later, she introduced herself as Leah Mandel and explained, "You're the man that was in my dreams. 2 years ago, I had a dream where I saw a man sitting at his computer. He was typing. I saw a book come down from the sky, and it went to his head, then came out of his fingers, and he typed it. Then I saw the title of the book. It was called Judgment Day, and I have been praying for you for 2 years. Not even knowing who you are, I simply prayed for that man, and I saw the dream that God would give him that book, and he would fulfill the Lord's assignment. Through that encounter, they became friends. 3 years later, on August 11th, 2001, exactly a month before 9/11, Rick was driving his car when he received a phone call from Leah. She said, "Rick, something very odd's happening today." Again, this is exactly a month before 9/11. Rick was driving. Rick, something odd is happening today. Alarm bells are everywhere I go today. Alarms are ringing. Car alarms, burglar alarms, fire alarms, even oven alarms. Every place I go, I hear alarms ringing. What's really strange is people are having trouble turning the alarms off. I go into stores, the alarm is ringing. I go into the office, the alarm is ringing, and they can't get the things turned off. The Lord told me, call Rick Wiles and tell him. The alarms are ringing, and this time they will not be turned off. The moment she said that, Rick's seatbelt alarm started ringing. Remember, he's driving. Even though his seatbelt was fastened. 1 month later was September 11th, 2001. Alarms were going off everywhere, in cars, buildings, fire engines, everywhere. 3 days ago, okay, turn the clock to 3 days ago. Well, this is getting dated already. August 11th, 2017, Rick was driving to his church when suddenly a dead bird fell from the sky and smashed into his windshield. The bird did not fly into his path, but fell out of the sky, and it was like it was already dead. Then he received a phone call from, you guessed it, Leah Mendel, saying, Rick, the alarms are ringing everywhere. Everywhere I go today, the alarms are ringing, and there's something else. Dead birds. I'm seeing dead birds. Seems like everywhere I go, there's a dead bird. Then he realized the date was August 11th, same date when Leah called him 16 years earlier with the same warning, similar warning. In the program, Rick and his co-host speculated about what the dead birds might mean. Perhaps reference to airplanes falling out of the sky. Rick's amazing testimony about the 24-minute mark. Okay, anyway, confirmation. This warning confirms what I saw in a dream, July 19th, 2017, a graph of the stock market which showed two drops, one bigger than the first. Okay, I'm not going to read more. It talks about, there's just a lot to talk about, and I'm getting to it quick, but the point I'm trying to make here is I pray nothing happens. But seriously, if we've got 2 weeks, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Act like we have 2 weeks. Okay, my first suggestion is get 200 pounds of rice and get 100 pounds of beans. And then figure out how you're going to have water, and then go from there. But at least you have food if a large emergency starts, and then you've got time. You've bought yourself a lot of time to make good decisions moving forward. There goes the alarm, see? So folks, I just have this urgency about me. I feel it in my bones. Question, leave some comments. Do you feel it in your bones? Do you feel like something's about to go or let loose or something? John Shorey believes the East Coast may be wiped out. I'm sorry, the West Coast might be wiped out by a large earthquake. And you know what? Look up, I've done a video a year or two ago regarding a massive earthquake, and nothing has really happened, just a lot of little ones that are going on. And folks, things are winding up. The spring is winding tighter and tighter and tighter until it's just going to pop. Don't know where that is, don't know if it's going to be 2 weeks, but folks, I urge you to please get ready as soon as you can. Pretend you have 2 weeks. Okay, let's hope this thing blows over just like the Shemitah did and all that. All that, there is significance to all that. And we're regular folks, or at least I am. And so it was plausible that then, and I got ready and I got hustled and I got in better shape than I ever was. And I'm doing it again because I really believe we may be in trouble in just 2 weeks from today. Today is Saturday, I don't even know the date, I think August 26th. But folks, again, I hope you catch the urgency that I'm trying to instill and get some food, get some water, get some protection, get some... There's 4 legs of the prepper stool. Okay, you're going to need possibly transportation, you're going to need food and water, you're going to need security, you're going to need housing. So consider if you got kicked out of your housing, where are you going? Where are you going to get food? Where are you going to get water? How are you going to haul your food? How are you going to haul your water? Etc., etc. Just start asking yourself those questions. I know I'm talking fast. I'm in a big hurry to help you get as ready as you can. If you got any questions, if you want any help, I can try to give you help. Ask questions. I am doing this on the phone. I haven't touched my computer in over a week, so I can't make good videos, and I'm not sure how good I'm going to be at answering these, but if I can, I will. I'd love to help you as best I can. So please take these next 2 weeks and get going. Have a great night. Thanks.